Thank you very much for being here at such a short notice. And all of you have been very cooperative, and I think you have been widely reporting on the Reserve Bank and its activities over the last 6 years. So a special thank you once again to you all, and thank you to your to the wider audience uh, for having been so patient and watching some of my. I presume you have been watching the press conferences of the Reserve Bank. I don't propose to make a statement or anything, but I thought it appropriate that I recall the day I joined in the Reserve Bank of India on 12th of December 2018 at 4 p.m. or so that they had held a press conference. So I thought it would be appropriate and fitness of things that when I'm demitting office later today, I also sort of share some thoughts with you. So I'm not presenting a report card, I'm not making any statement, but just sharing a few thoughts. If you recall, in that December 12th, 2018 what I had said before you, I had made about a few points. I had said that it's available in the YouTube even now. I had said that the Reserve Bank is a great institution with a rich legacy. I had also said that I will do everything to uphold the professionalism, core values, credibility and autonomy of the Reserve Bank. I had also said that the officials and the officials and the personnel of Reserve Bank, they have high level of knowledge, quality of knowledge, core competence and professionalism. I had mentioned about the teamwork, the need for that my approach. I am not saying it was not there earlier, but I had said clearly that my approach would be to work in a spirit of teamwork within the Reserve Bank of India and take everybody along and work as a team. I had also said that decision making in the modern world is very complex in today's dynamic world, and therefore a consultative approach is necessary. A consultative approach adds value and depth to the decisions themselves. I had mentioned about the challenges in the banking sector. I had also mentioned that there are certain, and this I am saying 2018, I had mentioned about the challenges that time, before us with regard to the banking sector. I had also talked about the liquidity issue which needs to be addressed. And finally, I had said that the flexible inflation targeting, the framework of flexible inflation targeting is very important, and there is always a need to, I had highlighted and stressed the importance of maintaining inflation while being mindful of the growth trajectory. These were the exact words. So in the last 6 years, it has been my endeavor to adhere to these principles which I had mentioned when I took over as the RBI governor. You would be aware that we have adopted we have been holding wide-ranging consultations on many issues. In fact, the consultative approach behind regulation, behind all decisions that we have taken in the last 6 years, the consultative approach is very much evident. In many cases, we hold face-to-face direct meetings with the stakeholders or their associations. In many cases, we release a discussion paper or a draft circular, get the comments of all the stakeholders, and then move forward. In fact, the same approach was followed with regard to the Regulation Review Authority, the RRA 2.0, where we formed the authority was within the Reserve Bank, but we formed a group of experts to advise the the Regulation Review Authority within the RBI. So we have followed the consultative approach, and the teamwork in the Reserve Bank was perhaps, in my experience, I can say, I cannot talk about earlier days. It was perhaps, at a very high level. I got excellent cooperation from each and every member of the RBI team. Each of my colleagues, they did their best. During the trying times of COVID, even at the risk of their own safety, their personal health, whenever required, physically they all came for discussions. Only I and the deputy governors, we were coming regularly, and a few senior officers, of course. But I think that was the level of dedication we saw. It was also evident in the quarantine facility which we set up here. I have talked about it earlier, which lasted in fact more than 1 year, 1.5 years or so. And the entire staff and service sector, service providers had absolutely no complaint, and they were very happy to remain there and do their jobs while the families were away at home. Now that is the level of commitment and the teamwork I saw in the Reserve Bank. So I would like to take this opportunity to convey my thanks to all my colleagues in the Reserve Bank. I would also like to place on record the excellent suggestions, the valuable inputs which we have received in our interactions with various stakeholders. I have already tweeted about it or X'd, as you call it today. We put up a message in the X platform today morning, so I don't want to repeat on that. My personal journey, it's not a personal journey, it's a journey of a governor of the Reserve Bank. I was fortunate to get this opportunity, and I have tried to give my best to the institution, to its policies, in the best interest of the economy. Now what lies ahead? The key issues in the life of a central bank or any institution or organization, it's always a continuing institution. You deal with challenges, but there are always new challenges. There are jobs which you have undertaken, there are tasks which you have done. Some of it is completed, some of it would be midway. They will be taken forward. So some issues, important issues ahead of us, not only for the Reserve Bank, but I think for the wider economy also, I would like to list out. First, so far as the Reserve Bank is concerned, I think restoring the inflation growth balance is the most important task ahead of the Reserve Bank, and I am sure the team RBI under the leadership of the new governor will take it forward. Second, there is a changing world order. I have talked about it in my last monetary policy statement. The entire global geopolitical dynamics, the geoeconomic dynamics that is undergoing fast change. The world order is also changing. In this situation, it's always necessary to remain alert and agile, and I am sure the RBI will certainly be at its best. Third, cybersecurity and its associated risks and threats. I think that is a big challenge for every authority, not only in India, but all over the world, and particularly for a central bank. In the last 6 years, and even earlier also, we have given a lot of attention to this issue of cyber security and dealing with cyber challenge, the cyber threats and challenges. That is a continuing task, because the challenges are continuing, new challenges are emanating, and that will be a continuing challenge for every central bank in the world, including the Reserve Bank of India. Fifth, our focus in the last 6 years has been to capitalize as much as possible on harnessing the benefits of new technology. We set up the RBI Innovation Hub in Bengaluru. We have a continuing regulatory sandbox where many innovative ideas and thoughts have come, and we have always tried to take them forward. We have given our approval to many of the innovative ideas and thoughts and the projects which came in the regulatory sandbox. CBDC is again another area where RBI, among the central banks, is a pioneer. There are very few countries which have, almost every central bank is dealing with, they are talking about, or they are experimenting, or they are discussing about CBDC, but actual launching of a pilot project has been done by very few. And as I see it, CBDC has a huge potential in the coming years, in the future. In fact, it is the future of currency. Similarly, the Unified Lending Interface, ULI, it is a true game changer, and I am sure its benefits will get harnessed fully in the near future, and there will be a national level, nationwide rollout. And finally, sixth, financial inclusion. We have given a lot of attention. It's again a continuing responsibility. It's a continuing task. You cannot reach a stage of finality in that. The tasks and the works will have to continue. Under UPI, UPI, the unified, the UPI, we have launched many new innovative products under the overarching umbrella of the UPI, and they are producing excellent results. The UPI today has emerged as a global pioneer and as a global leader in payment systems. And ULI, about which I just mentioned, it will be transformational. It will, I think, play a very transformational role in credit delivery to the bottom of the pyramid. The ease of access, the speed, and the simplicity of procedure are the unique characteristics of ULI, and that I would, sitting outside,